Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to a new video today on In the Stars. So today's video I'm going to be talking about Sagittarius-Capricorn Cusp video. Or Sagittarius-Capricorn Cusp, sorry. But anyway, yeah, let's get into the video. So Sagittarius and Capricorn on the cusp. So that is in mid to late December to the end of December. If you will. So anyway, Sagittarius on the cusp of Capricorn, or in the Capricorn on the cusp of Sagittarius. So anyway, that means that for Sagittarius on the cusp of Capricorn, that means that they will be a Sagittarius, of course, with some Capricorn influences, because the energy or the influence of Capricorn is still shall I say, that energy in the astrological alignment is still generating or still flowing into that sign at the time. So a Sagittarius on the cusp of Capricorn is going to be, think about it, a Sagittarius on the cusp of Capricorn, he's going to be, or she is going to be, more disciplined, more rigid, more stern, more organizational, like, shall I say, or more, more tedious when it comes to their approach of doing things. They're going to be more career oriented or goal oriented. You're gonna mix the ambition along with the optimism, so to speak. So these are actually one of my favorite cusp signs, if I should say. It's the Sagittarius and Capricorn cusp, because they will be very goal oriented, like be very, they get the blend of, as I said, of optimism with the blend of ambition. So they have that. They will also be more ego-centric, if you will. Their egos will probably be, they tend to usually have really big egos or high egos, because keep in mind that the Sagittarius on the cusp of Capricorn is in the third decan, which was the third decan is the sub-ruling planet is the sun, which rules your ego. And so those Sagittarians already have high egos. So this would increase these Sagittarians' egos, because Capricorns are already associated with the 10th house. So when the 10th house being the house of career and the house of social status, so that their egos will be more influenced in the terms of, as far as their social status, how they're seen or how they are known. And that in Sagittarians, or the sun in Sagittarius, or the sun sub-ruling planet of the sun of the third decan Sagittarius, should I say, is already affecting that as well. So you have this really bright person, and when I say bright, I'm not necessarily just talking about in terms of smart, because that they will be very smart as well, but I'm talking about in terms is just bright, as far as being like, the person who wants to be the center of attention, shall I say, or the person who wants to be known, who wants to be, known for their good work, their good character, for, bright in a sense of a good vibration, or a nice energy, or somebody you meet and be like, very charming. I guess that's something that I'm looking for. So this is something that's associated with these Sagittarians on the cusp of Capricorns. But they won't be as, shall I say, not outgoing, but not as carefree as certain Sagittarians. They will be more, because they will be more disciplined. This brings more discipline to them, to these Sagittarians. The more sternness, more restriction. They're not going to be just as free-spirited as other Sagittarians, because they're going to be more goal-oriented or more career-oriented. So they're going to be more about business before seeking pleasure, as a lot of Sagittarians seek pleasure before they do business, or like to go and have fun, or be more on the funner side of things, want to seek more fun before business, so to speak. But these Capricorns, or these Sagittarius will be more on, as I said, more on restrict side, because of that Saturn influence. That Saturn influence of Capricorn that's influencing these Sagittarians on the cusp. So these Sagittarians can be deemed or looked at as more boring, or I wouldn't say not as sociable, because they, as I said, they're going to be known for their social status, but just not as doing things that everybody might not want them to do, or not doing the fun things. That makes sense. So yeah, this is some other signs of Sagittarians on the cusp of Capricorn. These Sagittarians on the negative side, these Sagittarians can also have more of mood change abilities, or mood swings, if you will. I don't necessarily know if that's the best terminology, but and I say that because Capricorns are known to be pessimists. Sagittarians are known to be optimists, as I already said. So with that pessimist side influencing or blending in with that optimism side, you think about it and think about that Sagittarians are already changeable because of their mutable sign already. So they're known to be, as I said, changeable already. So these Sagittarians can go back from being optimists at one minute and then pessimists at another minute, or somewhere in between, if not balanced. You get what I'm saying? They can bounce back and forth. Like it can lead to them being, so this could lead to them being unsure of themselves, or not as confident when they're feeling as confident, or feeling confident one day and the next day not feeling confident at all, or feeling less confident about something, or less confident about whatever the case may be. It could be about a career, it could be about a love partner, it could be about anything of that nature. But as I said, it can be balanced, or it can change, and it probably will change more than being balanced. The reason being is because of that mutable sign, that mutable influence that Sagittarians have, that influences them to changeability. But also comes with changeability is adaptability. So they will adapt to whatever it is that those moods that they are feeling at whatever time that it is. Eventually they will adapt. Sagittarians are always known to land on their feet, or bounce back faster than other signs. So this will allow them to, as I said, this will allow them to bounce back at whatever feelings that they are having at that time. Also, with the Capricorn sign influencing these Sagittarians, this allows them to be more grounded, as I said, but this will also lead to them being more rigid, or more stuck in their ways, not wanting to change necessarily. But again, that mutable sign comes and helps them with this. This gives them more balance. This allows them to be more balanced, but they will be more rigid than other Sagittarians, if that makes sense, because of that earth influence that's influencing their sign. So last but not least, of course, as I said, this could want them to be wanting more social status, so to speak, because this goes hand in hand with their ego, or wanting them to climb up the social ladder because of that Capricorn influence of the 10th house, radiating into these Sagittarians. This could want them to be more, This wants them to be, like I said, be this is going to enhance their egos and want them to be more on the social side of things. Want to, wanting to more be out there, or wanting to receive social recognition. That's the best way I could put it. Wanting to receive more social recognition for the things that they do, or doing things to receive that social recognition. Like attempting, like they will be more of the ones who trying to go viral by doing something, because don't forget that Earth influence is also influencing them to wanting more of material gain or material influences. So that, as I said, these would be the type that want to go viral, or the type to seek the type to be on TV, or the type to seek social recognition in the terms of wanting to be popular, but also finding a way to receive money out of that, or material gain from that. Or they will do best in those things because of these Sagittarians being more stern, more rigid, more limited, or more restrict. This will lead to them not, as I said, not necessarily just going out as much, or not even necessarily traveling as much as other Sagittarians, but more just grounded in all things. So you just have to keep that in mind, grounded in all things, whatever where you can see, they say Sagittarians are known to be aloof. These will ground these Sagittarians out even more. They won't be as aloof because of that restriction, that limitation, of that influence of Capricorn that they're receiving. So that's Sagittarius on the cusp of Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn on the cusp of Sagittarius. So Capricorn on the cusp of Sagittarius, these Capricorns will be more optimistic, because of that Sagittarian's influence. They will have more optimism about things, so they won't be as pessimistic as their other as their other Capricorn counterpart. These Capricorns will also tend to show a high energy, or not as stubborn when it comes to things, not as rigid, more relaxed, not as worrying, more carefree. What's some other things that I can think of when it comes to Capricorns with the Sagittarian's influence? More inclined to wanting to move around more inclining to changeability. As I said, not as restrict, not as limited. They will be more probably carefree when it comes to good and bad. They will still, of course, hold any sign that, has some cusp influence is going to hold the predominant energy of their main sign, but that influence of that cusp sign is just going to influence them somewhat. So they're still going to be, very grounded, but they're going to be more changeable. They can tend to be more changeable, can tend to want to travel more or be aloof, not necessarily just, like I said, not necessarily just being as grounded as other Capricorns. That's all. So, and also comes with that, they will adapt more to things. They will adapt more to things that they set out to change into, because when it comes to changeability or mutability, it comes to adaptation. So they will adapt to these things more often than not as well. So with their increase so with that influence, shall I say, of optimism that's coming from that Sagittarian's influence blended in with Capricorn's already ambitious nature, you create a very ambitious sign. So these Capricorns will be highly ambitious because they were already ambitious. Now you add in that optimism with it, so this creates them to be more optimistic in ways. As I said, they will still have that they can still tend to get pessimist at times, especially because of the influence of changeability, but not much, because for the most part that as I said, that Sagittarian influence is only going to influence them somewhat. So it could give them just enough. It could give them just enough to balance it. But it all depends on, as I always say, other parts in one's chart, or other aspects or other placements in one's chart. These Capricorns will also be more passionate from this Sagittarian influence, more passionate, and also just more creative. Just overall, just more on the easygoing side of things. This influence of Sagittarian kind of relaxes some of that restriction that Capricorns have, you know. And as polar opposites or polar things happen, or duality of things always tend to happen, this can be good or bad, or sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes balanced. And so this is all for my Capricorn-Sagittarius Cusp video, or Sagittarius/Capricorn Cusp video. As always, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, press the like button, press the subscribe button. If you want to stay in tune for future videos, write in the comments section box down below to let me know anything. Click the description box to follow me on my social medias. And thank you for your time. As always, until next time, peace and love, y'all.